Welcome back to episode 2 of what we can start calling, I don't know, live question and answers. But today we're talking all about nutrition and supplementation, specifically for gymnasts and bodyweight athletes, CrossFitters, whatever you do, supplementation specifically for us. So I'm going on live, Instagram live right now, as usual. And we're going to talk about the nutrition and supplementation that we need. And it's so significantly different than what a lot of other people need in the bodybuilding industry and whatever it is. And we're going to break down why. So I'm going to set my phone up right here. Okay. Oops. All right, we're on here live. So I'm going to start talking. We're going to get some people on here. Send a message out. I know a lot of people have been asking me about this subject matter, so this will be really good. Great, we're getting some people in here. What's up, guys? Hey to everybody on live. We're also doing the YouTube video for follow-up for everybody that isn't on here for the entire time. We're going to do the YouTube video again. Seems like people like that. So again, today we're talking about supplementation and nutrition specifically for gymnasts, bodyweight athletes, calisthenic athletes, CrossFitters, whatever it may be. And the way that we're going to break this down today is we're going to talk about, well, what's the difference, right? The supplement industry is geared around bodybuilders, right? It was created for bodybuilders. But let's think about how gymnasts, bodyweight athletes, and CrossFit athletes train differently for the majority of the time. And in my opinion, there's 4 things that we do significantly different than bodybuilders or even other sports in general. The first thing is for how long gymnasts train for. We train forever, right? Sometimes 4+ hours in the gym. And that's so significantly different than anybody else. Most people are in the gym for an hour or 2, then they're out. We're in the gym for 4 hours, usually not consuming any kind of food at all during that time period. So right there is a significant factor. Number 2, the majority of what gymnasts do is anaerobic, right? We don't do anything longer than 60 to 70 seconds. So being really anaerobic, we need to construct the nutrition and the supplements around that. That's number 2. Number 3, gymnasts have to be really lean year-round, right? All the time. I mean, I think the majority of my competing years, I was sub 5% body fat like my entire career for years on end. It's so significantly different than anybody. Even bodybuilders that are stepping on the stage, the majority of the time, the weight or the body fat that they're competing at is a lot lower than what they're resting at during a training phase. So we have to be lean year-round. And then the 4th thing that I think is really important that I talk about a lot, but a lot of people seem not to think about, performance consistency is really important in gymnastics, right? Because it's not just about feeling good. We have to feel the same over and over and over again. And even if we can figure out a way to use supplements or use nutrition to feel great at one given time, if we can't replicate that day in and day out and then again in the competition, I don't want to do it at all, right? So we're going to start right there, and we're going to talk about what that means to me. And what that means is pre-workout supplements, right? So why would we use pre-workout supplements? So the whole goal or the whole purpose of a pre-workout supplement is to help increase the performance of that specific workout. But again, just like I mentioned, if you can't do that on competition day, I don't advise you use pre-workout supplements for any gymnasts or bodyweight athletes, because the way that you feel and the way that your body performs is a meter that you use in your training, so you know the energy or the mindset to apply on a competition day, right? So if you're messing with that meter back and forth all the time, you're constantly playing with the way that you feel. I took a pre-workout today, boom, I felt like a rock star. I didn't take a pre-workout, I felt horrible. Then you're really increasing a lot of variability in the way that you feel on a day-to-day basis. And when you show up in competition, inconsistency is going to play out. So number 1, I don't believe that gymnasts or people that compete in a sport that's like gymnastics, where there's a lot of really precise measurements of body weight skills, I don't believe you should use pre-workouts on a regular basis or incorporate it in your diet or in your supplement regimen in any way. That's number 1. Number 2, gymnasts have to be really lean and they have to train for a really long period of time. So for those of you out there that are supplement buffs, right, you know a lot about supplements. If gymnasts have to be really lean and we train for a really long period of time without significant nutritional intake during that period of time, what do you think the best supplement is for somebody in that scenario? You're really lean and you have to train for a long period of time. Drop some comments in here right now. I want to hear I want to hear your thoughts. I know what my opinion is, and I'm going to tell you that here in a second, but I want to hear your thoughts. What's the best supplement for people, gymnasts, that have to be really lean and train for a long period of time without carbohydrates? Make some comments. I'm going to get back to that in a second. I'm going to go up to the fact that the majority of what gymnasts do is completely anaerobic, right? We don't do anything longer than 60 to 70 seconds. So what is anaerobic? That's short bursts of energy. Well, where do we get short bursts of energy? We get short bursts of energy from ATP and glycogen stores. What are muscle glycogen stores? Muscle glycogen stores are how we utilize our short bursts of energy by the breakdown of carbohydrates. So when we eat carbohydrates, breaks down into sugar, depending on the source of carbohydrate, fills our muscle glycogen stores, and then we're ready for short bursts of energy. So, as a gymnast, we need to make sure that muscle glycogen is at the top nonstop. And especially if we're working out for 4 hours at a time, we got to be full when we're walking in the gym. So it's really important that we have a significant source of carbohydrates. But to get more detailed, it has to be fast digesting carbohydrates, a lower fiber carbohydrate, so it can digest fast, fill up the glycogen stores, and we're ready to go. A really fibrous, slow digesting carbohydrate isn't going to be readily available to use in a training session when it's all about short bursts of energy. All right, so I want to check out these supplement comments right here. Let's see. Cheeseburgers. Maybe. Let's try it out. All right, I'm going up. All right, we have BCAAs and whey, BCAAs, MCT oil, I don't know what that is, protein and multivitamin, BCAAs, carbohydrates, whole food, yeah, dextrose, cheeseburgers, bananas. Great. So, in my opinion, the correct answer is BCAAs. Why? Well, the whole purpose and the idea behind BCAAs is the fact that it has an abundant source of leucine, and leucine preserves lean muscle mass on a regular basis. That's what leucine does, right? So when you're really lean, you don't have a lot of body fat, your body is starving for energy, your body looks to lean muscle mass to break that down for energy at that time. And we don't want to break down lean muscle mass, right? The goal is to stay lean, but we have to perform at the highest level. We have to maintain muscle mass. So we don't want to break down muscle mass for energy, so we need leucine, which is in BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, to preserve that. Now, it's not just about the fact that we're really lean. It's also about the fact that we're training for really long. So, if we're training for really long and we don't have carbohydrates or other sources of macronutrients during that session, our body runs out of muscle glycogen eventually, right, if we're really turning it up in the gym. And then it also falls into the state of breaking down muscle tissue for energy. So, leucine will buffer that process or preserve lean muscle tissue through that process. So, BCAAs, yes. BCAAs are probably the most important supplement for gymnasts or any bodyweight athlete out there. Another thing that's really important that can work for bodyweight athletes, and there's a lot of talk about this supplement as well, but creatine. I think creatine is something that can work really well for people in gaining strength and muscle mass. There is water retention associated with creatine because that's the function of creatine, is to hydrate muscles and keep the muscles in an anabolic environment for the longest period possible. So creatine is good as well, but I would say with creatine, you're going to have water fluctuation naturally, right? If you have water fluctuation, you have weight fluctuation. If you have weight fluctuation, you may have fluctuation in your performance if you're a bodyweight athlete. But number one, BCAAs. Thanks for being so engaging, guys. I'm going to answer questions for you on supplements and nutrition for the next 5 minutes. Hopefully that was really helpful. So I'm going to scroll up right now. Trying to get to the top. Greetings from Spain. What's up? Move back here. How do you get into single digits body fat? So good question. Hard work, and then a diet that complements that workload, and then possible supplementation if needed. But it really comes down to the workload and the diet to get lean. All right, I'm looking for all the nutrition and supplement questions here. How do I stay fuller longer? I like that question. So if you're looking to stay fuller longer and you're talking about feeling full, I think that fat and the fact that fat's so slow digesting really makes you feel full for a long time. So have it consistently throughout the day. I like to have my fat in the morning to jumpstart metabolism, then at night to slow down digestion. As I'm recovering while I'm sleeping. So incorporate some more fat in your diet. I like that question. BCAAs, BCAAs. Thanks for chiming in, guys. You're really cool. This is fun. Funny Bears. I don't know what that means. Where can we get BCAAs? Like I said, and I always offer this. So for every time that I do nutrition and supplements, we do one of these live events. I always offer it to the first 5 people that email me. I'll give you a free supplement regimen that you can work with depending on your goals. So the first 5 people that email me to BrandonWynnGym.com. BrandonWynnGym@gmail.com. MTC. Okay, great. Inform me, man. Thank you. I didn't know anything about it. I appreciate the info. How much leucine should we be looking for in a supplement? Great question. Any serving size, 3 grams plus. I think anything less than that, it doesn't make much sense. So 3 grams plus. So another question about how many grams of BCAAs. Again, pay attention to leucine, 3 grams plus. How much creatine per day? I'm a 200-pound, around 11% body fat. Again, you just want your system to be saturated with creatine if you are going to use a creatine monohydrate. Some people believe in a loading phase. Other people don't. Other people just believe in 5 grams a day. But I always suggest if you are going to use a creatine, use a micronized monohydrate to help offset the fact that a lot of times in the digestion process, creatine is broken down and not bioavailable for the body. So 5 grams of creatine micronized monohydrate every day. What are my favorite meals to make when I'm pressed for time? When I'm pressed for time, it's usually a smoothie. So it's usually protein, banana, throw it all together. It's delicious, like hands down delicious, and it serves my needs completely. Sean T. Regan in the house. What's up, Sean? So yeah, that's supplements and nutrition. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If you have any questions at all, make a comment in my last Instagram post, and I check those comments every single day, and I will answer the comments on there. And again, the first 5 people to email me that want a free supplement regimen, BrandonWynnGym@gmail.com. Thanks for coming on, guys. I'll check you out later. All right, see ya.